Hi everyone, Sean Walbin with Secure Cyber Defense, and we're coming to you today with a special update because in the midst of everything else that's going on right now, one, we have a duty to continue to come to you with critical updates, and today is the day. So Windows 10 has a zero-day vulnerability that has no patch. So let's talk about it. So multiple vulnerabilities have been discovered in the Microsoft Windows Adobe Type Manager library. The most severe of which could allow an attacker to execute remote code on an affected system. The Adobe Type Manager library is the font management library of the Microsoft operating system that handles various font files such as OpenType, PostScript, and TrueType. So depending on the privileges associated with the affected user, an attacker could then install programs, view, change, delete data, or create new accounts with full user rights. So users whose accounts are configured to have fewer user rights on the system could be less impacted than those who operate with administrative user rights. Successful exploitation of these vulnerabilities could allow the attacker to execute remote code on the affected systems. All right, so now let's talk about the affected systems. So we've got Windows 7, Windows 10, and then Server 2008 through Server 2019, and Windows Server versions 1803, 1903, and 1909. So Microsoft has posted some mitigation details. Unfortunately, number one, like I said, there's no patch. Number two, this is being exploited in the wild right now. So, side conversation. When this type of scenario develops, when I say it's being exploited in the wild, what in the world do I mean? I just want to clarify something real quick. So, you may say, well, none of my users' Windows 10 computers are directly connected and exposed to the internet. And that is not an accurate statement. You cannot look at a situation like now like that. All of your users are connected to the internet, okay? Even if they're not directly exposed, they are, right? Because they use the internet daily, day to day. And especially with our workforce being distributed, this is a big problem. So what this means is all an attacker has to do is phish one of your users over email and get them to click on a link or an attachment or open an attachment, you know, any of those types of methods, and then if that particular vulnerability that they're phishing your users for, if they've crafted it to look for this, then that's all it's going to take. So there are three things that you can do in order to remediate this until the patch comes out. Number one, disabling the preview pane and details pane in Windows Explorer. Number two, disabling the web client service. And number three is renaming the atmfd.dll. All of these details are going to be in the text of the alert that goes out. So you've got those three options. All I can say is please restrict administrative access, because that is going to help a lot in this particular case. So your users that are out there that have administrative rights on their computers are in danger. Number two, testing any of these, please, especially when you start renaming DLLs. You know, this is not something that for our larger enterprise customers that you can just do today, right? So not only testing the renaming of DLLs, but if you're going to disable web client services and those types of things, you have to realize the impact that that's going to have on your organization. So that's all for today. We will continue to monitor this particular zero-day. If a patch becomes available, we will get that information out as soon as possible. But we did want to get this out to you today. Even though we're in the condition that we're in, Secure Cyber Defense is still able to hop into our studio. Kyle and I are within 6 feet of each other. So we're able to do this safely and get this information to you. So thank you for your time. Stay safe and have a good day.